Uh, this Shabbat we have two Parashat Behar and Bechukotai. This is in the Gola in Israel. They read Parashat Behar last Shabbat, and this coming Shabbat they're gonna say Bechukotai, and then after that we'll go together. We will say Parashat Bamidbar, because Parashat Bamidbar always precedes or the Hag Shavuot, in the week of where Shavuot is. In any event, the last pasuk of Parashat Behar, it says, "Et Shabbatotai tishmoru u'mikdashi tira'u ani Hashem," that you have to observe my Shabbatot, and you shall fear my temple. I am the Lord. That I will reward those who do these mitzvot. So Mikdashi Tira'u, that you should respect my temple. Now we don't have temple. They say in Yehezkel, it says, "Vayeh lahem mikdash me'at," that I was for them a small temple. And the rabbi said that means the synagogues and Batei Midrashim, the study halls in Babel, in the Gola. So after the Beit HaMikdash is destroyed, we have now the synagogues to replace the temple. So the mitzvah of respecting and fearing the temple is applicable to the synagogues. Also, I read the Hadush, I read it in book written by Hacham Amram Biton called Esmach B'Tzion. He named it apparently after Hacham Tzion Levi of Panama, because Hacham Amram was in Panama for a few years, and he pointed out that Tefillah L'Moshe Sholim Adonai Ma'on Ha'ita Lanu B'Dor V'Ador. This is that a prayer to Moshe, that Hashem, you were that you were our domicile. That our home. It also said that it is also referred to the synagogues, and he pointed out, I forgot what is his source, that this Mizmor was said on the first day that the Mishkan was dedicated, and he referred to that is that what Rashi said, that when after they dedicated the Mishkan, it says Ve'esub Moshe v'Aaron ve'barichu et ha'am ve'yira kevod Adonai et kol ha'am, that Moshe and Aaron blessed the people. And Rashi said that he said that Shetei Sheikhina Shura b'Maaseh Dechem, and he said that V'hi Noam Eloheinu Aleinu Maaseh Yadenu Konena Aleinu U'Maaseh Yadenu Konenehu. This is the last pasuk of that Mizmor. So that is said on the first day of the dedication of the Mishkan. So here we can say also that Ma'on is that Moshe Rabbeinu knew that we are going to have, unfortunately, the two Mikdashim destroyed, and that the synagogues are there to replace them. So now here we can see how important is the fear of the temple and the respect of the synagogues. As a matter of fact, Sefer HaChanuch, I need to mention that Mikdashi Tira'u appears twice in the Torah. It appears in Parashat Kedoshim that we said a few weeks ago, and it is repeated also in Parashat Behar. I do not know really why the Torah did repeat it twice, except that just like the issue of observing the Shabbat is repeated many times, which is an indication of its importance, here also respecting Bet Knesset, the synagogue, is such an importance that the Torah did repeat it twice. He mentioned that as in Parashat Shoftim as Mizvat Aseh, that we have to observe it. So now also it's very important Mizvah, because there is a book called Reshit Chochmah Also, I read that in the book of Hakam Biton, that he mentioned that how somebody can get Yirat Hashem, the fear of God. He said that first respecting Beit HaKnesset, because it is the domicile, the where Hashem Shochen, where his living quarter. So how do we do that? Number one, we have to understand that the synagogue itself is a structure, but it means that the mitzvah that you have to respect Misheshochen Sham, the one who is residing there, which is Hashem. And how do we do that? We first and foremost we have to arrive there on time to prayers. It is many of us, and including myself and including almost everyone, we come late, and it is really difficult to imagine that if we have, like for example, an appointment with a chairman of a department or if a buyer from not Walmart, even much smaller company, we make sure that we are there before time to prepare. We check the tie. We check our clothing, our papers are ready. Here we come in Nishmat, we come in Haliliyot, even in Sefer Torah, and we miss everything. This is a sign of lack of respect. The other thing is the issue of the cell phone in the last few years. We have to make sure that we don't have them because it is significantly disrespectful. The prayer attire, we can't come in, we spoke last week, that especially Talmidei Hachamim, that they have to come in clean and neat clothes, and make sure that there is no body odor or anything that is repelling, because no one can go to a wedding or somebody who has authority with such an attire. So at least in Beit HaMikdash we can't do that. And cleaning the synagogue, putting the books in place. About cleaning the synagogue, I read that in years past they used to sell the honor of cleaning the synagogue. That they say that in month of Heshvan I'm going to bid on it $100, no 150, 200. They used to bid on that honor. It is an honor to clean the house of Hashem. And they say that the father of Rashi, the famous commentator, we do know the story that he had a jewel that they wanted it to do a statue for Avodah Zarah, and he said that he took them to the boat and he acted like it dropped from his hand, even though they offered him millions of dollars. He forgo all that, so he doesn't do the avon. And because of that, or one of the reasons that Hashem gave him Rashi, that he enlightened the eyes of Israel in the Torah, and Torah Shebechtav and Torah Sheba'al Peh. Also they say about him that he used to clean the synagogue himself with his beard. And so to show you how love he had for the synagogues. And the reward that somebody can get. Putting the books back on the shelves. Many people say that, it's not my job, or they leave them not arranged. They say that we have shamash, that's why we pay him to do that. However, we have to understand that it is really an honor to put the books back on the shelves, to make sure that they are all arranged, the Humashim together, the Siddurim together, everything, every type of Siddurim is together, because the house of God will look nicer, and it will give it better respect. We are reading now in Masechet, the Masechet Avot, that Ezo mechubad mechabed et habriot, that who is the person who is respected, the one who respects others. However, there is pasuk that says Ki mechabedai achabed ubozai hekalu, that those who gives me honor, they will have honor, and those who don't respect me, they will have it will be the opposite. So we can it's the issue of returning the books, especially books that are used for a particular season, is extremely important, because until somebody finds that missing books, there is a wasted time, and then the avon, there is avon on the person who did not put the book back. There is a synagogue I go to, there is books about Humashim called Sha'arei Aharon, and usually, almost invariably, the parasha of that Shavua that I like to look at it, or that I want I have to look at it to look up something, is missing. It's 14 volumes. Only the one that is for Shavua, somebody takes it, and it's not there. So I don't look it up. And many others, they have the same problem. Or, for example, the book of Kohelet in Sukkot and Simchat Torah, it's missing. This is a time that they have to be sincere that to return it to that people. But the worst is probably talking in the synagogue, and especially in Hazara. This is a mitzvah that the Shulchan Aruch said that Gadol Avono min Neso. This is the description that was given to Cain, that Gadol Avonim min Neso, that he killed half the humanity, because Hevel was 50% of humanity, and he killed him. He said this is the same statement that the Maram Bet Yosef mentioned on the one who talks about in the synagogue. It is avon that is very big, and people come to shul that thinking that they are going to do mitzvah. However, if they talk, especially if they talk lashon hara, and if they talk the vrechol b'Shabbat, and if there is letzanut and kalut rosh, they go home with a million avon. So instead of having a nice balance sheet, they will have negative balance sheet. On this, Hashem say, who asked you to come to make a tool of me, to make mockery of me? So it's extremely important. They say that in the Ashkenazim, they used to say about the Sephardim that we do respect Bet Knesset very much, and they attribute the fact that we were spared to a large extent the wrath of the Nazis because we respect Bet Knesset. I am afraid that we are losing that now. You go to Bet Knesset, Rahamna Silan, the talking, it's like a club. In fact, in one of the synagogues in Central America, I saw it. It is said in Spanish that if we come to the synagogue to talk, where shall we go to pray? This is the prayer of Hashem. Hashem is there. He is Adonai Bechal Kocho. That we have to give respect to Mishashachat Shemosham. We have to bear in mind that the moment we enter Bet Knesset, we have to enter with respect. To kiss the mezuzah, ve'ani berob hasdecha avo betecha, that I am with your good grace, that I am fortunate to come to your house, and from that time when we enter the Bet Knesset, that we have to be completely silent. It should be exactly like Ta'anit Debur. And there is no question, I do believe that the one who has really urged to say something about who won the Rangers or the Yankees, and he refrained, he said, because I'm refraining because Hashem is here, is sitting with me, he does not want me to do that. His zechut, just like we said, Gadol Avnom, so his zechut is it can't be bigger zechut than that. And this is indeed the gateway to Yirat Hashem. The Gemara does say, and this question, that it is easy. And they say that for Moshe it is easy, for other people it is difficult. But I believe that once we get used to respect Bet Knesset, we will reach the level of Yirat Hashem. So we have to be careful. It is big zechut. We want to come home that we have positive balance sheet, that we did zechut, and not the other way around. So Shabbat Shalom, and we have Shabbat Mevarechim. Chodesh Sivan Sameach, and I